The 30-day challenge is done, and I'm talking about my final thoughts with the LG, also known as the Google Nexus 4. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron Baker from Phone Dog. The challenge is over. Got some things I love, got some things I don't care for so much about this iconic Android stock Google device. Join me in this conclusion video, and I'll tell you exactly what I love and exactly what I don't love. The Nexus 4 30-day challenge is over, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to hang on to this device, and I can tell you things I love and things I don't like so much about the Nexus 4. Let's take it and put it into two camps, though. First of all, if you're a Nexus user, you love the stock Android platform, you love the way it looks, Jelly Bean without any modifications is the way you want to go. This is going to be the best Nexus device you've ever worked with. The specs are good. The price point is incredibly inexpensive. This is $299 out the door, or $349 for the 16GB version. It packs a quad-core processor, a 4.7-inch HD display, an 8-megapixel camera, a 2,100 milliamp hour battery. It's a beautiful build quality with glass on the back and on the front. And it's $300. So from a Nexus perspective, if you're somebody who likes to hack, tweet, root, mod, any of that stuff, tweet. I said tweet. I meant to say tweak. If you like to tweet too, I guess you could buy this device. But what I'm saying, if you're a Nexus person, you always have been, this is going to be an incredible device for you. You're going to love it. It's the best Nexus ever created, and I can appreciate this device for being the best Nexus created in some time. That said, if you're coming into this perhaps as a new smartphone owner, you're your consumer, I'm still not going to recommend this device for the mainstream consumer. I think of this device as perhaps a Toyota Camry. It's a Toyota Camry. It's better than a Corolla, but this is like the base model of Camry without any tweaks or anything. I'm comparing software value adds to things like leather or a sunroof or perhaps tinted windows. Something like that. This is a Camry, so you're getting a better car perhaps in terms of the build quality, but you're losing out on some of the software value adds that make the device easy to use and perhaps better for some people overall. Then you see something like perhaps the One or the Note 2 or the Galaxy S3 or the upcoming Galaxy S4. That's kind of like the Toyota Corolla, but it's the Corolla that's got leather and a sunroof and tinted windows and the spoiler. It's the more decked out Corolla. So you got to make a decision much like you do with cars, and I do comparisons like this because honestly, I feel like phones are becoming more and more like cars as time goes on in terms of customization. You got to decide, do you want the tricked out, decked out Corolla or perhaps whatever Civic, or do you want the base entry level Accord or Toyota Camry that doesn't really have any software value adds, it doesn't really have anything special about it other than an absolutely beautiful build quality and a great operating system that works well. You can tweak and root and mod it much like with a car. You can add aftermarket parts, but at the end of the day, it's not coming like that. It's not stock. It's not coming from the manufacturer. So you got to keep in mind, do you want that base level higher end car, slightly higher end car, or do you want the decked out slightly lower end car? And there's even an argument to be made they're not lower end cars. Some people love the Note 2, some people love the One, some people love the Galaxy S3, or perhaps one of LG's other offerings with their custom user interface. But I think the software value adds with those are far greater, and far greater for the mainstream consumer. You have to keep in mind, if you're watching this video, you're probably not a mainstream consumer, whereas for somebody like my mom or my grandmother or my dad or perhaps the neighbor down the street that I talk to or some people at the gym, I'm going to recommend something that has more software value adds because for them, that's what they use on a regular basis. They love the iTunes integration of iPhone 5, or they love, you get my point when it comes to all these software value adds, or at least I hope you get my point. And if you don't, you probably don't understand the demographic of the mainstream consumer. That's okay, though, because this Nexus 4 is great for a lot of people that love to hack, root, and mod that are phone nerds, and to that end, still highly recommend it for that crowd. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the Nexus 4. We'll have more on this. We'll have some dogfights between this, the One, the Note 2, actually we already had the one with the Note 2, but the Galaxy S4 and more. So keep it locked right here. Let me know what you think. You think my theories are terrible? PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter. You think the mainstream consumer wants this and only this? PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter, Facebook, Facebook.com/Hi Aaron Baker, Google+, G+.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching. Keep it locked right here for more on the LG or Google Nexus 4. I'll see you next time.